Hello and welcome to part 17 of our series Rush to Diamond. Okay, so you may notice I have a little bit more gold than from where we left off. I actually played one brawl game, just one. I'm not so sure if I really should showcase brawl matches though, so I'll just play out the games here, and I mean, if they're not worth showing, I'm just going to skip it and then that's like whatever, but if they're worth showing, I guess we can play it out. So let's just start with this, of course. This, and we can check shop as well. Yeah, so nothing we want from here. So again, I'm going to play out these brawl games, and if there's no reason for me to show them, then I'm just going to skip that part and cut that out of the video. But if there is, then I might as well show it. I'm only going to play up to milestone 2 if I can, and yeah, that's just because 5 rubies is, I guess, like something. It's worth something, I guess. One thing to know is that since the first milestone is free, it doesn't actually make sense to win 2 games and get 10 crowns. It's actually better to concede. So for those of you that actually play past milestone 1, or even if you might want to play past milestone 1, it's always better to concede at least a few games. I always recommend between 2 to 3. So when you concede 2 to 3, then you end up with, let's say, 7 to 8 crowns, so that the next time you win, you can end up with 13 or 12 crowns. And that means you pretty much gave yourself 2 free crowns, 2 to 3 free crowns, essentially. And those crowns can be used to actually, get your next reward, because all these rewards are in multiples of 5. So you kind of cut off, a portion of how much you need to, actually win, which is pretty good. So always do that. This is obvious, Trinity opener. I'm gonna play fast because again, I don't really think I should be showcasing brawl matches in this series. That's mostly because Rush to Diamond, right? We're playing in ranked, not really brawl, so. This is fine. If you're playing the Hysteria version of this deck, which again, I don't really recommend it that much anymore, but if you were, 4 damage is insane. So like, that's like really good for you. I don't like this hand too much, but it looks like I'm either going to play Potion with Militia or Servers with Militia, so I'm going to cycle this. See, like Restless there could have been better, but not really. That's only 4 strength total, and you take 1, compared to this, which is 5 and 2, so I'll actually do that. Ooh, it landed there, so that's actually really good. At this point, you can definitely go ahead and Potion this one, because it's in the corner, so you have right-hand side pressure as well. That's my first good Summon Militia, like, in forever. Also, this game is obviously really unfair for this one player here, because 10 health, so it's not looking too good for them. I'm trying to play fast again, like I said. So here, it looks like we're just going to use Gifted Personal, most likely. They attack this. See, like, I don't really understand that play. So now with this play, you have to change up your play, so it looks like Personal Doppel. Yeah, so Personal Doppel, I'm not going to play this. Yeah, so it's definitely Personal Doppel. I want to play... You can consider playing Personal second, but you risk the bounce going to the token in the back, which I don't really care much for. Again, this is already like a good game. Like, it's unlucky. I don't know what to tell you, but their card levels are severely under-leveled, so I can also expect their deck not to be that great. So yeah, I guess that's it. We actually streamed, I also want to mention, we streamed the other day before, just for about like, I think 30 to 40 minutes on my YouTube channel. And let's just say that was a failed stream. That was pretty sad. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't really prepared, or how do you say it? Like, I didn't prepare properly for it, and there was a lot of lag. If there wasn't much lag, it would have been a lot better to just chill, and that would have been so fun. Essentially, the stream, what it was about, for those that don't know, okay, wait. Just break my train of thought quickly. I'm not going to actually play Milestone 2 because I think it's just going to take too much time, so I'll just play ranked for a bit. So the stream was actually about, like, pretty much I put an overlay on for you guys to see, and I pretty much make it like a chessboard, and I also number the cards in my hand, and then you guys can see all the cards and see the full board. For me, however, I put an overlay where I can't see the board. I can see like the overlay of the numbers equal to what you guys are seeing, but I can't see the cards or the board. So pretty much it was supposed to be a stream where you guys tell me what to do, and pretty much we play like that, which would have been really fun. I'm kind of sad that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, just because of so much lag. So here you cycle this. And you can actually go for most value here, because I don't really like this play just because like it gives you frontline, sure, but you get put really behind. I like this play because it's pretty much the same thing as this, but better. So we'll do that. And where would you play it? This is Shadowfen, but yeah, I'm gonna bait them. I'm gonna play like this. I want to bait them to the right hand side, so I'll put the most forward unit on the right. Yeah, that would have been really fun, and it was like, we attempted it. A lot of people attempted it. It's just sad. There's too much lags in between everything that wouldn't work out. That's really lucky, honestly. The fact that they're both constructs. The only 2 constructs in my whole deck. That's alright. Here it looks like we're going to cycle this first. We'll draw back. Oh, we drew it again. That's interesting. Like, you can consider playing it again, but I don't see a reason why you'd want to. Like, it sounds good and all, but this is better. If this unit wasn't here, I would have actually most likely personal servered there. But since this unit is here and there's not really good placement for personal servers, I'll just buff this, get all the value. If there was a level discrepancy though, then in that case, I would just pick the one that has higher level and then play from there. But since they're same level, they give the same value. This is 5 strength and this is 2 plus 3, which is 5 as well. Interesting Trueshot. I'll probably have to kill that. Oh, that's pretty lame actually. You can't actually kill that. So in this case, let's see, what are we looking at? We're looking at another 2 mana, or we're looking at Devastator's Doppel, and even if the Devastator's dies, it's still fine. I think it's actually a risky play though. I don't like leaving this up. Yeah, I don't like leaving this up. I actually want to kill this with this, but I don't have the unit for it. So we're gonna cycle. Yeah, so that's a Restless Doppel head start. It's not the greatest play though. Oh well. In that case, yeah, I mean, this play, I don't like this play, but it could be like the best play technically. I'm not like, yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of that play. I got unlucky too. It literally had to hit either of these two, but what can you do? The problem now is that I don't have anything to actually deal with this. So the game gets kind of hard. It got really RNG dependent now. Okay, so they would have killed my thing anyways. That sucks so bad then, because this does 6 damage. This would have been a lot better hitting like this, and then they having to execute that. And they get the buff on the most forward unit. So this is really bad. Like really, really bad. Interesting. I do see a head start seeing play here, just because I might want to head start for Gun Souls with like Potion perhaps, or personal servers. So I'm actually going to cycle this. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can do here. So you could also play a little safe if you think they have 5 damage, but honestly I don't. So I'll just play it like, I'm gonna play it like this. No, not like that. Like this. I want the head start. Okay, no, I'm not gonna play. I want a unit to be over here on the right. If possible, head start being there would be the best play. But I also don't like, if I play my Saber Plus here and head start lands here, it's not actually that great. Yeah, I would much rather prefer for my for what's it called, for like to occupy this tile here. Like if possible, worst comes to worst, I want to occupy something needs to occupy this. Did they play it here? Okay, so that's 3. Still alive, hanging on, not by much though. So I mean, you have to cycle here. This is such a hard game. So like we can kill this now. I think I'm gonna do it. By killing this, I kind of am looking to bait the enemy. You have to make sure you don't make the mistake of hitting it like this though. If you hit it like this, it bounces here and then you kind of lose. So you need to hit it like this. And I'm kind of also betting on the fact the enemy doesn't have the cards to win. So yeah, I mean, this is not the greatest play, but I kind of see it as the only play. And I'm not going to defend, and I'm going to keep Forgotten Souls. This is like really bad situation, but I draw Devastators next turn, So that's what I'm looking for. If I throw a few Forgotten Souls here, I'm stalling out the game longer and I'm most likely not going to win. Again, I'm trying to bait their Trueshot. By me investing like that, a lot of the time players will try and use their own Trueshot. Wow, this player's actually pretty good for attacking like that tile. Oh, okay, so it didn't actually matter that much, but we can still win. We can still win. It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. Okay, I'm going to keep Devastators because they're going to drop Trueshot probably next turn. They didn't find any lethal last turn, so that kind of tells me that, I mean, I can assume at least they won't find lethal this turn either. Right now, I'm literally only looking to cycle back for Forgotten Souls. Otherwise, I kind of lose. But I can do that in 2 turns. Okay, this game is actually over. It's probably over. Sadly. I mean, okay, wait. It's not completely over. We have the Doppel Devastators. Doppel Devastators. Let's see. Personal would be 5, 9. And I think we would have to cycle Saber. So at this point in the game like this, it comes down to how much are you willing to bet you draw 2 mana? Or how much are you willing to bet you draw 1 mana? Or you could keep this, but again, I really need Forgotten Souls. I'm gonna cycle this. I hope I don't draw 2 mana. Okay, either way, this 2 mana doesn't see play, so it's fine. I hope it buffs this. Okay, that's actually okay. The only risk of this is technically the execution, but keep in mind the execution only deals 6. So we should be okay. They still didn't have lethal last turn. I don't know if they have lethal this turn. If I had green prototypes, I would have actually played it over here in the bottom right, because I need to at least play a little defensive, but we're going all in, I guess. So there's execute. I don't remember if I don't think they play, what did they play? Fell Flares? They don't play, was that last game? No, they're not the one that played Fell Flares. So, okay, so it looks like our thing does go in. And pretty much the only way we win is by finding lethal now. Is it possible to find lethal now? Well, I mean, with this hand, obviously not, so I'd have to cycle. And even with cycling, I don't know if we find lethal, I don't think so. There's no way we find lethal here, right? That kind of sucks. I think it's a GG. Yeah, it's a GG. Unfortunate. I'll go out in my own terms. We're going out in our own terms. Let's go team. That's alright. 1 loss. I can take it. It's a close game. Close game. I think the Trueshot bounce was slightly unlucky, and okay, well, that just teaches me a lesson. A smack on the wrist. Don't play Devastators like into the enemy base when they have a Trueshot. You can actually get away with it sometimes, but it's really risky. And like you saw there, I don't have the cards to actually like physically kill the Trueshot. When you get like higher levels, sure, you can maybe like use Restless and like gift it, but with these levels, no way. There's no way. Okay, well, this is obviously cycle here, and it's looking like a Restless. And then here you can decide, do you want to use, like, these are all pretty good options, but they all have their own benefits. So Head Start is pretty good. It's pretty optimal when you just need to hold your front like really, really hard. If you like assume they have a 2 movement plus like a 1 strength, Head Start in theory at level 3 would give you the most strength. But here, since my levels are obviously level 3 here, you want to play one of these 2, and then it comes down to Doppel or Gifted. Since Doppel gives more strength, it makes actually more sense to do this. On top of that, it's a really safe Trinity opener here. It's probably one of the best Trinity openers. So like you'll see the attack there, and you still have the top left. And this is obvious. We've done this so many times on this channel. This is the best mana 5 turn here. So boom, bam. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. that's too cringe for me. But yeah, so we do that. It looks like we're going to draw Saber next turn. We'll also draw Shady Ghoul. How much do I value a Shady Ghoul personal servers? It doesn't look like much. I'm going to look for a Devastator's play, so I'm going to cycle this here. So yeah, that's fine. I'm looking for a Devastator's play with Saber, perhaps, as acting as a 0 movement. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So they push the front line up by 1, but the good thing about this is they have no defense now. So now it's actually a little interesting. You can consider saving your Devastators for Forgotten Souls next turn, and in that case, it makes sense to just play these 3, which is pretty safe for the most part. You can also cycle this and really hope for, like I said, there's a Shady Ghoul hiding in my deck right now. So I'm really betting on the Shady Ghoul bounce here. And if I draw the Shady Ghoul, it makes sense to keep the 1 mana. And I honestly just keep front. So I would say not Saber Paws because it has one less strength. So I'm going to cycle this. And there you go. We got the Shady Ghoul. Keep it in the corner. Again, not a big fan of that, but keep it in the corner. Oh, that's so bad. That's fine. This is actually decent. This is okay. And there you go, there's a Forgotten Soul Devastators combo that we were prepping for. Not a big fan of the corner Shady Ghoul unless you really need to hold front, which pretty much is all I need to do. As long as I hold the front, it should be fine. It's also good that they separated here because, yeah, so we win here. So because if they didn't separate there, then there's a chance that they can like use Twilight, for example, or just any AoE card and win. But this was perfect cycling, so looks like we're going to be the next worldwide cyclist champion. We're too good at this game. I'm just kidding. So that was a pretty good game. I think we played pretty well, but honestly, I think their deck was mediocre, or it wasn't that great. Let's see if we can get gold 3 here. We've been losing games a lot more frequently, and it's just like I predicted, right? Because the higher rank you go, you're going to be facing 1, better players, 2, better decks, and 3, higher card levels. So there's like quite a few factors there. Oh, I didn't even mention, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about on the roadmap for this channel, because I've been promising quite a few things like GTR, I've been promising new content, and as you can see, the channel's been going a bit stale with all the RTD. RTD takes the least amount of effort to upload and edit, so it's a really easy for me to get that process out, to just like, you know, sit down and upload a video for that. But what's it called? The other series like GTR takes a lot more effort, takes a lot more planning, a lot more timing, and I also want to do more content, which I will be doing very soon, like really soon. But I have one more exam left, so that's why I am more focused on that right now. But I am also trying to, you know, upload the videos when I can. So here we're looking for a Shady Ghoul play is a lot better against Shadowfen. Oh wow, that's actually insane. Shady Ghoul, it's a lot better against Shadowfen because it's, I believe, honestly, okay, it's not impossible because they can definitely clear it, but it's really hard to clear it. So we keep front here, that's perfect, that's all we need. If it bounces down, that you don't want it to bounce down ever, but if it does, it's whatever. Nice. Bouncing here is a lot better. So again, in most typical decks, you would actually clear here with Gifted and then probably play some other card, but we're not playing your typical deck. So we're going to be playing like this, and Head Start looks like the play. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I want to keep Gifted. It is a strong card, and I'm looking for a Gifted Potion or Devastator's prototypes. Okay, we got neither, but this is technically a potion substitute, so it's still fine. Can probably make something out of it. I'm going to cycle this next turn because it doesn't see play here. I mean, yeah, there's like never really a time where you want to do these 3, I don't think. Oh, wow. Okay, so they play Toxic Sacrifice. I need to keep that in mind. I need to keep that in mind because that is going to have a lot of impact in the late game. So actually now it's kind of interesting. You can afford to do this play. Should you though? It's technically the most value. It's more valuable than this because you're giving 2 mana for 4 versus 2 mana for 3. I think I'll do it. I will do it. Yeah. You play like this, and then you obviously play this last. I still want to keep Gifted though. I think Gifted is... I hate this so much. I think Gifted is a very strong card. like in my deck. Level 3, it is one of the best cards in my deck currently. We're also looking at a Devastator's Doppel for next turn, so that's going to be fun. Oh wow, they got a perfect gifted trade here, so that keeps this out of dangerous position. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. It's not like, yeah, this kind of sucks actually. Especially this placement for some militia is really bad, and I can explain why. So they're covering the right hand side, and in the case where I get a 2 movement, I could have like done 2 movement Devastators, but now I can't. So because if I play 2 movement here, left side is completely left open. So yeah, it's not looking too good. If I cycle this, I probably will get Forgotten. I don't want Forgotten, but I mean, we have to cycle here. I think we need a, yeah, that's so lame. Okay, well, in that case, yeah, there's not much we can even do, honestly. This is a little rough. They also play Toxic Sacrifice. Keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind. So I'm going to play Devastators here, and this is unconventional. You don't want to ever play Devastator center, but I'm actually just baiting them because what I want to do is take over top left next turn for something else. That's pretty much the idea here. If I play Devastators up to the left and they clear it, I have nowhere to go. Right side's blocked, left side's blocked. So yeah, that's actually really, that's like fine. The fact that this got poison is really good for me, so you can take that. Oh, are you serious? Yeah, I didn't calculate this far into the future, but now this side's blocked with a unit like that they didn't want. Okay, well, we have to cycle here. We have a lot of time, so we can actually afford to play something like this. The gifted here is so hard to, so I'm gonna play like this, and the gifted obviously doesn't see like a really good fit here, so I just need to put it somewhere. And this is actually decent. So next turn when they attack into this, the Shady Ghoul, it'll either, depending on where they attack, which most cases they'll attack from above, then, you know, it'll bounce to the right. 1 second. Sorry about that. My dog needed to leave the room. No worries though. It looks like it's a tough call. I don't know why they're taking so long. They're probably thinking what to play. This hand's not looking too great. So they're playing Poison and they're playing Toxic Sacrifice. Oh, so interesting. They have to hit this though, right? Oh, if it blocks it, then yeah, it blocked it. That's a little lame. This is a really hard game now, like really hard. Okay, well, we have to cycle this. We have literally no play. Like, that's the problem here. This board is too condensed. Like, there's nowhere I can go. I don't understand why all these toads landed over here. Like, that's just so unlucky. And this is like doing a perfect trade is so bad because if it wasn't, I could just put like Saber here. No, I can't. So like, this is just so bad. The other problem is that I know for a fact they're going to Toxic Sacrifice here. So there's no reason to overcome it here. I'm just throwing it in kind of just to pressure them. This is also technically, I'm trying to make value out of the poisoned unit, forcing them to attack here. And there was no other space to go, so yeah, the drain. So that's gonna be 6. The problem now is that we're already so behind, and we've done, I don't even know, I think we did 2 damage to their base. So we're like really behind right now in the game. That sucks. I mean, this will only deal 1 after 2 poison ticks. So that's 1 damage, and then this will probably deal 4, so it's 5. Yeah, there's a Toxic Sacrifice. That's exactly why I didn't overcome it too much. Maybe it's even better not to have played the thing there. Interesting. They actually ended their turn, finally. Okay, so Restless I don't think sees play here. There's one really important consideration though. You can base lock. So if you base lock, you would have to play 1, 2, and 3. They do play Witches, which I remember. They do play Witches, which would mean I play Restless at the end because it's the weakest. And I would probably play Doppel in the corner. Still not a fan of this play, but looks like it's the best play. So yeah, see, like buffing this isn't even that valuable to me. The only time this is ever valuable, wow, I actually would have maybe drawn Gifted again. I mean, that's like a crazy bet though. I don't want to like risk that. So, because if you drew prototypes there, then prototypes potion would have been a lot better than the Doppel, because now you get a straight line versus a unit sticking out. When you have a unit sticking out, they can attack into it, and now they're defending again because they have this tile and this tile occupied. And you can also, yeah, exactly, you can do these setups, which you wouldn't be able to in the other setups. Well, this game's looking pretty rough. This is going to be 6. This is going to also deal 2. And they drain that. And do they kill this or not? They don't kill it, right? Yeah, that's a good game. Unfortunate. These matchups are so hard. Of course, though, even though I'm losing, I still need to post this because, you know, let's be honest with ourselves. We didn't win. It's unfortunate. One of the losses was definitely my fault. I definitely should have saved the Devastators and not risked it like that. That didn't really make sense to me. Should have used it on the Trueshot because it just cost me the game. It was way too much of a risk to be throwing it like that. But I mean, at this second game, I think was a little rough. The second loss was hard because they had, I don't know, there's just too much. There's not enough things I can do. They have Feral, they have Toxic, they have Amber Hyzadil, Takeover, strong units. Very hard matchup. And again, we're playing Shadowfan. The hardest matchup. Okay, this is actually good. I'll take this. When they open with Mers, if you're able to actually, like, you have opportunities to actually win before they even play the token. Sometimes. Depends on the deck they run, of course, and it is Shadowfen again, so it's a little harder, but we'll see. So here I had to change the Trinity opener. 1, it's playing Shadowfen, so you want to separate your units, and 2, they played on this tile, and since I'm able to kill it effectively to mess up their front line to effectively kill their unit while keeping my front line, it's worth it there. So here you can just personal servers head start, which I will actually do, but I want to cycle this first. Ooh, looks actually so nice. So you could like use potion instead, but I typically like having 3 units on board. I think I'll use these 2 instead of potion this turn. So how do you want to play it? Yeah, I actually want to buff this, I think. It's bad to buff this in the case where they have an AoE. So that's why it would be better to head start and buff the head start. So I guess I'll do this. Okay, that's actually fine. That's actually really good. It's really good bounce there, because now this is a lot of pressure and this is also causing pressure, and next turn I have even more pressure. So it's not bad. I'll take it. Not bad. So they have to attack this, I'm pretty sure. There's no way they don't. They're playing the 3-mana dragon here, I think. Yeah. So they hit it. But what's good about this is they actually didn't kill it. So they didn't kill it, but they did hit it. So now I can actually buff this. This is technically defending that. And I can also play on this side. I don't really like Restless. I think it's even better to play Shady Ghoul instead of Restless green prototypes here, because then the board gets too crowded and it's not really worth it. This is interesting. You could consider throwing this in, but there's no good way to distribute the resources here. I think the way I will play it is like this, and then potion. Well, potion first actually, because it makes more sense to use it first. So potion. This is a little risky technically, but I think it's less risk. And the Shady Ghoul is only supposed to be used for keeping frontline here. You could actually consider buffing this, don't get me wrong. But like this loses to what? It loses to Crimson and loses to Witches, but it does play around 2 movements. It's a little hard to say, but I think we're safe here. Like you could, like I said, okay, this is exactly what I mean, the 2 movement. So if I had buffed the Shady Ghoul, then it would have actually triggered the thing. This is perfectly fine. Actually, I like this. I like how this goes into the base before it triggers that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. Because if it triggered first, then the Tiger could have killed the unit there or deal damage to it, depending on how much it does. So cycle first, we're looking at Devastator's Doppel prototypes, or at best we just win with Forgotten Souls. And there you go. At best we get Forgotten Souls and we win. Okay, I'm going to end the video here, however, because I don't want to make this video too long. But it was really fun playing this one. We lost a few, won a few. We didn't actually change rank at all, which kind of sucks, but at least we can get an idea of what this rank holds, right? So we're slowly but surely will be playing a lot better. One thing I'm going to do actually before we leave is upgrade this. Let's upgrade it. Nice. So now it's 4 strength. We have a lot more reason to use it now instead of 3 strength. It'll definitely help in a lot of games. And soon we're going to upgrade this when we get the copies for it. So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed and have a great night. Peace.